of the leg with the boot on, the bag with the charger, the cigarettes, and the burner phone. The clothing you indicated matched the descriptions from the surveillance videos from the murder.
Correct.
Did this motherfucker take a picture of burner phones next to his distinct shoes and pants and like chargers and shit? Oh my God, they have zero chance. This picture is right around the time of the murder too. Oh my God, what a moron. The Foolio murder trial has concluded for the week. Body cam footage of the arrest for one of the shooters shows he tried to run, so he gets tased and his pants fall down. When this guy was arrested, a phone was found in the car and he took pictures of so much incriminating stuff. You'll see. They were only in court for half the day, so it's shorter. Hit subscribe. Thanks for the support. Let's go, boys. So I think what they're showing right now is pictures of Foolio's dead body. I'm not even joking, like the pictures he took. So it looks like they blurred this guy's entire testimony, just in case. It's just the crime scene tech showing pictures of the crime scene. And I would imagine the victims and everything, gun wounds. This is a police officer that arrested one of the shooters on the run. And I think we're going to see footage of that.
Back with the vehicle. What exactly did you do?
So I got behind it, I activated my emergency equipment. I stepped out of my vehicle and simultaneously black male stepped out of the vehicle.
From what door?
Driver.
And did your investigation reveal whether there was anyone else in the car at that time?
Based on that time, there was no one else in the car.
Okay. So he gets out simultaneously to you getting out of your patrol car. Are you producing anything from somewhere on your belt at that point?
Yes. Based on the fact that with the vehicle and all that, I pulled my firearm out and gave her a command.
Now, at that point, did you have knowledge through either Lieutenant Cheek or other officers as to why that car was wanted or what it was in relation to, what kind of investigation?
Yes, sir. It came out as a vehicle involved in, I believe, a homicide, if I remember what the hit was.
Okay. Now, were you aware at that point, when you were in your vehicle at that time, of the murder of an individual who had a celebrity name of Foolio?
Yes, through just social media, but I...
Did you associate the two things? That car was wanted in relationship to that homicide?
Yeah, I basically put it together on my own, based on it was Tampa and the date of entry.
Right.
I believe it was probably 3 days or some change after the fact.
Did you know that firearms had been involved in that homicide?
Yes, sir.
And is that one of the reasons you pulled your duty sidearm?
Yes, sir.
When you produced your sidearm and you were exiting your car, did you point it at the suspect that was getting out of the Chevy Cruze? Did you give him verbal commands?
Yes, sir.
What type of verbal commands?
I believe I said, let me see your hands. Just try to get compliance from him verbally.
Did he comply?
No.
What did he do?
He decided to run.
He ran? I really hope there's footage of this.
When he ran, did you run towards him or take off?
Once he ran, I gave chase.
Right. So you're chasing him. What happens?
As we're chasing, I drew my department issued taser 7 at that time and deployed one set of cartridges. It appeared like he fell behind the car. Basically, it looked like he was about to get back up and run again, and I deployed a second set of cartridges.
Now, the parking spot that he was pulling into, was it near the actual building of the hotel?
Yes, it was connected to the hotel.
When he ran, did he run near the hotel or around the hotel?
Yes, he ran. He basically stayed on the side of the hotel and ran towards the back.
When you tasered him or when you deployed your taser, was that in an area that was behind a line of parked cars?
Yes.
And is that where he was running? Did the tasers, as far as you know, make contact with him?
The first approach probably did not. The second cartridge did.
Okay, we'll get to that. You deployed a second cartridge in your taser.
Yes, sir.
As the suspect was running, did something appear to be happening to his pants?
Yeah, I think when he first fell, that was probably because his pants were sagging and it went down.
His saggy pants made him fall down?
Real good.
So you deploy a taser, he falls. Do you deploy a second taser after he falls?
I do.
And is that because he's attempting to get up? Do you believe the second taser made impact with him, the prongs?
It did.
Now he's on the ground. Does he get back up off the ground?
After the second taser deployment?
Yes.
No, I achieved neuromuscular incapacitation.
Did other officers come to assist you at that point?
They did.
And did they point their guns at the suspect?
Yes.
Did you point your gun at him?
Yes.
Was he taken into custody and handcuffed?
Yes, sir.
And was he placed into a vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Was that a patrol vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Was he identified?
I had him priorly identified.
Oh, you did? Okay.
He wished not to give me his name or date of birth.
All right.
Just to confirm further his identity.
Did you later confirm his identity as Rashad Murphy?
Yes, sir.
Now, later in your investigation, did you assist officers in detaining another person?
Yes, sir.
That was related to the Chevy Cruze?
Yes, sir.
Did the investigation reveal that Mr. Murphy and a woman named Charmaine Steiger had checked into a room earlier that morning?
Yes, sir.
In that hotel? Yes. And was Ms. Steiger detained?
Yes, sir.
And was she placed into the back of a patrol car?
Oh, yes. We can see the footage.
That's the interior of your patrol vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And to the right, is there a computer mounted?
Yes, sir.
Above your steering wheel, is that the Chevy Cruze pulling into the parking spot?
And he runs. Bro got his ass tased running. And his pants fell down. What a terrible day. I think he killed someone. I mean, I think there's more than enough evidence to know that he was involved, to be honest. But I know some people will say innocent until proven guilty. He's not at trial yet. Yeah, that cop has his gun on his fucking temple. This is wild.
The yellow device that's in your hand, is that the taser?
Yes, sir.
And we could see the wire hanging out of that. Is that the lead?
I may say half of you watching this video aren't subscribed to my channel. So go down below and hit subscribe. What are we doing here? Please hit subscribe, boys. Thank you. I would really appreciate that for future videos.
And that connects to the prong that goes into the body.
Yes, sir.
I would imagine on cross here, defense lawyer is going to say, this has nothing to do with my client, right? Because it really doesn't have anything to do with her at all. It's just a co-defendant getting arrested.
You ever come into contact with Alicia Andrews?
No.
Do you know who that is?
If I'm correct, it's the lady sitting before me.
Do you know anything about her?
Objection, Your Honor, outside the scope.
I'm going to sustain the objection as the way the question's phrased. So rephrase your question.
You don't know who Alicia Andrews is?
Objection, again, outside the scope and all this.
World, you can answer.
I do not.
Was Alicia Andrews with Rashad Murphy? So she didn't run
Objection,
from you?
Your Honor. Calls for speculation as to whether she ran.
Well, I think the question was ran with Rashad Murphy, so you can answer that question.
He's separating his client from this particular body cam footage, but the prosecution objecting there is just kind of stupid. Let him do it. I mean, who cares if he separates his client from this situation?
Do you have any indication that Alicia Andrews was in Georgia with Rashad Murphy at any point in time?
No.
Did Rashad Murphy tell you anything about Alicia Andrews?
No.
No further questions.
Okay, reiterate.
You don't work for the Tampa Police Department, do you?
No, sir.
And you weren't involved in the homicide investigation of the death of Charles Jones? And you don't know anything about where Miss Andrews may have gone after the murder, correct? Because you don't work here in Florida and you didn't participate in the investigation. Is that fair to say? Nothing else, Your Honor.
Both sides getting their shots in.
How are you employed?
So why is this microphone not on today? Is another great question.
How long have you been a detective in the homicide unit?
2.5 years.
And were you aware that there was video footage of when that occurred? Would you also have had knowledge of when 911 calls started coming into the Tampa Police Department?
I don't remember the time, but I'm sure that was looked at by the detectives.
So when you say you started looking at the timing advance records of Alicia Andrews' cell phone records, what time period are you looking at specifically?
So obviously this incident occurred June 23rd. So I was looking at about 1:25 hours that morning.
Did you also at that point of your investigation have information about possible suspect vehicles that were involved in this particular case that you would have searched video for?
Yes.
What sort of vehicles were you looking for?
I was informed 2 multiple vehicles. One was a silver Chevy Cruze, and the second was a black Chevy Impala.
What businesses did you go to look for video surveillance around that time period?
McDonald's located in that general area.
It's kind of funny how much McDonald's has come up in the trials that I've watched. It almost seems like camera footage at McDonald's constantly comes up in these trials, bro. These motherfuckers getting hungry going to McDonald's.
Did you go to that location?
Yes, I did.
Did you look at the video surveillance footage for that time period of July 23rd of 2024? Did you locate anything of interest on that McDonald's video footage?
Yes. I was able to look at exterior cameras that were located around the business, and it appeared that around that time a Chevy Cruze came in to the drive-thru area.
This footage is important because it gets her in that car at a particular time, like an hour or two before the shooting, I think, getting McDonald's, and she lies about not knowing who the driver is. You know who's driving you around. She admits that she was in this car at this time. I think that's it right here in the back.
So it's going to be behind this SUV, so it's the second car that's located on the video.
And for the record, can you note the time?
It's at 1:47:10 on the DVR time, and it's 12 minutes past 8 miles.
And where is this camera located at the McDonald's?
This is on the west side of the business, and this is the beginning of the line to order food through the drive-thru.
Ma'am, are you certified under state of Georgia guidelines as a law enforcement officer?
Yes.
And did you attend a police academy at the beginning of your career?
Yes.
Since you've been in homicide, in addition to periodic and annual qualifications that you have to attend and complete for your certification as a law enforcement officer, have you completed and attended other training in relation to homicide investigations?
Yes, I have.
And after speaking with them, were you alerted to the fact that an individual named Rashad Murphy had been taken into custody?
Yes.
Was there another individual there on the scene that was in the back of a patrol car? The person's name was Charmaine Steiger.
Yes.
After arriving and speaking to your supervisor, did you make contact with her?
I did.
Did you actually walk up to the patrol car and open the door and speak with her through the door?
I did.
And at some point, did you request that she come with you to a precinct office?
Yes.
Did she agree to go? And once at the precinct office, did you end up interviewing her or attempting to interview her?
I heard you.
Yeah. Did it come to your attention during that time that a cell phone had been located within the Chevy Cruze? And you were alerted when you came to the scene that Mr. Murphy had been detained after getting out of the Chevy Cruze?
Yes.
And that the Chevy Cruze was related to an investigation of a homicide here in Tampa? Was that phone that was found in the Chevy Cruze, was it brought to you by another officer?
Yes, it was.
When you received it, was it open and running? Was there an app or an application that was running on the phone? What type of application?
Maps.
So is that
Navigation.
a navigation application? Okay, that can be utilized as navigation or GPS.
Correct.
And had Ms. Steiger given you consent and permission to go and obtain the phone and bring it to that
Yes.
location? Okay. Once you had it there with you, did you provide it to her to look at?
Correct.
So I think Davion Murphy's girlfriend This is about her phone and she's being interviewed. The girlfriend's phone. She's not charged anything. She's just willingly giving up her phone. Seems very dumb.
And after looking at it, did some message pop up that you actually visualized and saw on the screen? Did it have the name Julio Foolio on it? And after looking at that message, did Ms. Tiger tell you she no longer wanted to look at the phone? And at some
Wait, what? Her phone? Whose phone is this? Is this Davion Murphy's phone? A contact named Julio Foolio? Or is it a message saying Julio Foolio? What the fuck is going on?
point around that time, did you seize the phone?
I did.
Why did you do that?
To preserve evidence, because based on the content and evidence and conversations we had at that point, I believe that there was evidence in the phone. It's very easy to wipe data off phones and delete it.
Did you at some point, or was at some point that phone provided to another officer within the Gwinnett County Police Department for analysis or extraction? The phone was provided to this person to conduct a Celebrite extraction, is that correct?
A forensic download.
A forensic download. Was this an image that you also recorded and forwarded to Detective Ramos?
Yes.
And did you send the prior image to Detective Ramos?
Yes.
65.
So this is a Instagram story on one of their phones with the timestamp 6:10 a.m. and a Young and Ace song playing on the Instagram story. And it looks like it's a crime scene because I see police officers.
Okay.
So maybe this is just the Foolio crime scene after the shooting, like dissing him even more.
Now, in this photograph, this appears to be a photograph of possibly a crime scene with some officers in the scene. And was there a video, or I'm sorry, a music link attached to it for Young and Ace?
Yeah, it's a screenshot of what looks like an Instagram post, and when you post something on your story on like Instagram, you can tag and insert a video or a song with it, and that's what that is right there. It says "Don't Know Why" by Young and Ace.
Okay. And this is a date. This has a date of June 19th, 2024, 5:29:21 p.m. with again UTC plus 0 markings.
Yes.
Well, Foolio died a few days after that, right? So maybe that's a different crime scene.
Was this an image that you found with associated information in the partial extraction? And what is this image?
It's a screenshot of a contact.
What is the contact? Is there a name on it?
Yes, it's Go to Man.
It's Isaiah Chance,
Is there a phone number associated to the contact?
Yes.
her boyfriend.
And in the information as far as this image, is it recorded as to when that was placed in the phone?
Yes, June 22nd, 2024.
Is this an image that was found in the partial extraction? And this is state 65E as an echo.
Did this motherfucker take a picture of burner phones next to his distinct shoes and pants? This is literally burner phones and like chargers and shit.
A black boot, black pants, a bag that has a charger, 305s, and a straight talk phone.
Okay. 305s are cigarettes?
Yeah.
And is there a time and date as to the recording of that image?
Yes, it's June 22nd, 2024 at 7:09 a.m. in UTC time.
In UTC time. So that would be 4 hours ahead as far as Eastern Standard Time?
Sustain us to leading. Rephrase
Would
your
there be an
question.
offset between Eastern Standard Time and UTC?
Yes.
What is that?
4 hours.
Universal Time Code, is that UTC?
Yes.
Oh my God, they have zero chance. One of them has to snitch, right? And flip to get like 20 or 30 years or something to have some sort of life. I don't know.
State 65F is in Foxtrot, publishing. Was this another image that was in the partial extraction?
These motherfuckers took pictures of all the evidence against them.
What is in the image?
Rifle.
Are you familiar with the AR platform?
Somewhat, yes.
Does that appear to be an AR platform rifle?
Yeah.
And is there a time associated to the collection of that image in the phone?
Yeah, it's June 20th, 2024, 3:02 a.m. in UTC time.
Your involvement in this case, just want to get what your involvement was. You work in Georgia.
Yes.
And were you sort of a supervisor of the individuals that were working in Georgia?
No, my sergeant called and asked me to come.
And so who was supervising the operation in Georgia?
We don't really have like a supervisor. I mean, I kind of became the main point of contact, but the way we work on the unit, we just all do stuff together.
Okay.
So there's no real like supervisor.
All right, no problem. But I guess, part of the investigation entailed you holding onto a phone, right?
Correct.
The phone that was inside of the cruise?
Yes.
And who had that phone?
Inside the cruise?
Yes. Do you know who had access to the phone?
Both of them, I believe.
Both?
Charmaine and Rashad.
Okay, so both Rashad and Charmaine. Were there any other phones recovered? This photograph, do you know who is depicted in this photograph?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good, you're good. Do you know whose foot or leg is depicted in this photograph? Okay. You're not sure if that's Rashad or Davion?
No, I can't see their face.
Okay. And then what about the, I guess the significance of the photo itself? Do you know what this photo signifies?
So I took note of this because I had seen the surveillance footage and it matched the clothing, and there were also some like jail calls later that mentioned the straight talk phone.
Okay.
Well, they didn't say a straight. They talked. What do they? They didn't want it to be tracked like an untraceable phone. I can't think of.
They call it like a burner phone?
Yes, burner phone
All right.
or trap phone or something.
Okay. But none of that conversation was surrounded with Alicia Andrews, correct?
No.
Did I just hear her bring up jail calls? Oh man, they're so cooked. These motherfuckers got arrested for this murder, right? And proceeded to talk on the phone in jail. So clearly in their trial too, they're going to be showing their jail calls. That is incriminating too.
This is 65F, state 65F. That AR that you see there, I guess there may be two weapons there, is that correct?
Yes.
Were any of these recovered?
I don't know.
All right, so do you know if these were used in the murder?
I don't know.
And do you know if any of these weapons have anything to do with Alicia Andrews?
I don't know.
Rashad is supposed to have been in Florida, in Tampa, Florida, during the time of this murder. Is that correct? Charmaine Steiger told you she was with him in Jacksonville on the day of the murder.
Sustain the objection. Sustain.
Can we come sidebar? This is a
No.
non-hearsay statement, Judge. It's not for the truth of the matter asserted.
No, sustain the objection.
Bro trying to sneak in that the girlfriend clearly said, no, he was with me the day of the murder. He wasn't there. We all know that's cap. Come on now.
Charmaine Steiger never got arrested.
I don't think so.
Of the leg with the boot on, the bag with the charger, the cigarettes, and the burner phone. The clothing you indicated matched the descriptions from the surveillance videos from the murder.
Correct.
What is this?
The messages, which are to what appear to be an iCloud, Your Honor, are iMessages back and forth with this defendant and a 6-block member, so a member of the opposing side of her current boyfriend from back in 2020. That 6-block member is explaining to her some of the issues that he is having with Charles Jones. These are the messages during which or in which the defendant specifically talks about the witness, Mr. Howard, specifically talks about his involvement in his activity that's occurring in Jacksonville and about the death of Bibby, another source of what we expect some of the testimony to be. These messages with this individual also discuss J. Jacory Rivers is the true name of Mr. J. and he is associated in this case in that he funded or sent the money for the Airbnb to the defendant's boyfriend, Mr. Chance, in advance of his using his Airbnb or his Cash App account to book the room with Mr. Murphy.
How was this not a RICO? J. sent the money for the Airbnb or something? Another person? How is this not a RICO yet? Like, I'm so confused. So she was talking to a 6-block member in 2020, and the 6-block member was talking about how he was having issues with Foolio?
So that's why we are seeking to admit these. Number one, for the defendant's knowledge of, again, this ongoing issue between the two groups, but additionally the link to the other individuals associated to this case.
Okay, so where it says, who is kshorty335 at iCloud.com?
His street name is K Shorty. His real government name is Therese Powell.
Therese Powell.
It's always so funny seeing these like professional court people analyze their street name versus their real name and figure it out, and Instagram names and shit.
For example, the first line says, you don't even sleep that hard, so you gotta be OTP. Who's sending and who's receiving?
The email that's above those messages on the left side are from K Shorty's account. So that's the email associated essentially with, for example, iMessage, right? So those would be from him.
Okay.
Then if you look to the other side, how it looks like it's tabbed, that would be from the defendant in response to him.
Okay, so then, for example, the response to that, and you're telling me this is from the defendant, okay, I get that. I wasn't saying you can't post her. I just feel like you're not ready to talk to nobody. That's all.
Sounds like bro posted another girl or something and she was ignoring him. He's like, you're on your phone.
So I guess just preliminarily looking at this, there appears to be a lot of extraneous conversation about a lot of other stuff that may not be relevant to this trial. That's kind of my initial first thought at looking at this.
If the court looks to looking at the 10/4/2020 message, that is the message in which I'm specifically referencing the defendant speaking about, or the K Shorty, messaging to the defendant specifically about the witness that we were discussing earlier, Mr. Howard, and Bibby, the person that was with Mr. Howard during the murder of Spaz, or the person that was referenced yesterday, also the co-defendant's younger brother and cousin.
Which from K Shorty begins, all I want you to do is protect me and make sure nothing happened to me because I'm gone. Do the same. Don't let nobody know we talked that you think gone, get around to somebody else because you never know what other people. Anyway, it's a very long run-on sentence. So is that?
Yes, it's a very long run-on paragraph that actually starts at the 11:36 message from that same date, Your Honor.
Ms. Andrews' knowledge of what is happening in the city, connected to people, some of them that she knows, some of them that she doesn't know, none of them that she has a specific personal relationship with, is not a material issue in this case. It is a collateral issue. Whether or not she knows what's happening, every witness that's come up here has some idea about what's happening. It's not a material issue. The issue is whether or not she had the intent, whether or not she agreed to be involved in this conspiracy for a specific murder. There's no discussion about this murder that would happen 4 years later, or any intent of hers to be involved in it. It's completely not relevant. Also, the way the state characterizes these messages is very different than what it actually is. This is a man, a young guy at this point, and a young woman having a conversation about whether or not they're going to be in a relationship. This gentleman seems to be possibly suffering maybe from PTSD, or I don't even know what the messages are. It's just very long. Him talking about somebody accusing him of something that he didn't do, and pouring his heart out, hoping that he can live a normal life. He adamantly denies being a part of it, so he's not an admitted member of any gang, and I haven't heard any testimony from any officer that he's a part of a gang, and I don't expect to because it's not a relevant matter to this specific case. This is another attempt to, quite frankly, reach and stretch the idea that she is somehow involved in this particular murder because 4 years ago she had a conversation with a guy who was romantically interested in her, who was really talking about wanting to live a normal life and be away from all this, and how he's warning people to stay away from it. So it's not actually the way that they're framing it. But even if it were, the fact that she knows these people, she lives in Jacksonville, and she is from Jacksonville, it is inevitable that she's going to know people or have communication with these people. Her association, and I don't mean association with the gang, I mean knowing these people or coming into contact with them, is not a material issue in this case. It is another attempt by the state to put this before the jury to make it appear as though she is associated with the gang, when their own expert officers, detectives, are going to testify that she's not associated with the gang.
Lori Loki did a good job at trying to get this out.
Just an attempt to sour the jury, to inflame their passions, and to make it appear as though she spent her entire life being, posing up to gang members. It's not relevant at all to what this case is about, and Your Honor has already limited the scope of what you're allowed to discuss outside of the actual murder.
Biggest issue with this, these are just really long, run-on, nonsensical. There's parts of it in here, for example, where there's talk about Foolio specifically.
Here, and I'd be happy to work with the exhibits and highlight more relevant portions, provide an updated copy of that to the defense. My only concern is the defense wanting the evidence surrounding those statements, but in the event that a more redacted version, where it's just specifically talking about the parties related to this case and the individuals that were actually present with the decedent, I am happy to do that.
And Your Honor, if I can add, well, first, if the court is going to ultimately allow the man, I would like the opportunity to parse through, what we would.
Sure.
And I'll also add this: if knowledge of the gangs, because the way the state is painting it is though she has some kind of specialized knowledge of these, these incidents and these people. I don't expect objections when we question their witnesses about how common this information is, right? When we question them about the comments on, social media, the things that people seem to be aware of, the people that make videos and appear to have intimate knowledge about what's going on. If knowledge is, if they're painting her to have some sort of specialized knowledge, then I don't expect there to be any sort of objections or limiting to us establishing this is actually not specialized knowledge. This is information that anybody in proximity or with a phone could get access to because everyone is talking about it everywhere.
Okay, well, that sounds like you're across or closing argument, right?
Maybe both.
Okay, so you do need, I want you, State, to attempt to redact this just to, pertinent parts. I can make out in here, for example, because there is an actual, start talking about Foolio and 6 Block and ATK and who's involved and who's not involved. And
I want to know what it says exactly. It doesn't seem like they're going to say it today.
Anyway, so try and pare it down, run it by the defense, and then see if you guys, I know you don't agree to this coming in, but just take a look at their redactions, and if you are going to argue for further redactions, or if you want stuff left in for the rule of completeness, then let them know as well. So I'd rather have them start being conservative with their redactions and go from there.
Somewhat of a boring day because it was so short. I'll be back on Monday. Hit subscribe. Love you guys. Peace out.